You know what I said? You know I know I can never have New York niggas. You know what he said?
What did he say?
Instead of him to introduce himself, he said, "I bet that happens to you all the time, huh?"
Tomato. Bro, literally. You guys, I'm actually going to power through this and pretend that I don't have the wildest headache possible. Like, I'm actually struggling through a hangover right now.
We had a time last night.
I was actually really drunk.
Child.
I was prancing around that little dance floor. I woke up this morning like, wow, I had a time.
She had a time. Like, she definitely had a really good time. I had a good time, too. I was there. I was at the said party.
Not I was there. Hi, guys.
Hello, everybody.
You said you were going to do the intro this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Side A, the podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm your host, Lola, a.k.a. Fun Girl, a.k.a. Lolo, a.k.a. That bitch, a.k.a. What else?
You making this shit up.
I don't know. I'm literally like thinking of it on the fly. But hey, I'm your host. What's up?
Hi, guys. I'm your other host who has a headache, Oinda, a.k.a. Big O, the biggest O in the building and in every building.
Okay, now.
You know what I mean. Welcome back to the show. Episode 2, Season 2.
Season 2. Oh,
We're
2
out
2.
here. Oh, 2 2. Period. Welcome back to the show, guys. It hasn't been that much time since we last recorded.
But you know something? I'm actually kind of liking the frequency. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, oh, the fact that we're even like recording right now is just giving you like,
pumping it out, pumping it out.
We're on our shit, so.
I have a good side A though. But before we get into side A, wait.
We have a really special episode today, guys.
Oh, right, guys. This whole time you guys have been like, when are we gonna get guests? Are we gonna get guests? Who are you gonna bring on the show?
That's a big one.
Literally, who's gonna be on the show? Who's gonna be Guess. As if the two of us are not enough. But I know that's not what you guys mean.
I don't know why I did that, guys, but I just got my nails done yesterday. It's just a little manicure.
Your nails too. Oh, cute.
It's just a little manicure.
Just a little gel manicure. Yeah. Oh, this is so cute.
Just a little moment. Yeah.
It's giving mask.
Hey.
It's giving mask manicure.
Hey.
But yes, it's a very special episode today, guys. Yeah. Very, very special episode. Obviously, if you clicked on this episode or if you clicked on this video on YouTube, you already know who it is. To be in the building. But
hey.
I'm excited. We have
excited.
SGaWD.
Oh my god, we have SGaWD
as our first guest. Come on, that's so iconic.
That's iconic.
Like, that's so iconic. And
I was just going to say, do we give that away too early? Like
No. They'll wait. You guys still have to wait.
Yeah.
SGaWD will be in the building shortly. Yeah. But before you get to see the God.
Oh my god, we're gonna get first guest. Like
no, literally.
That just is so cool to me. Like, I don't know.
Lola's excited.
We're clearly showrunners. Like, love it.
Not showrunners. All right, girl. What's on side A for you before we get carried away? Leah wants to be seen today, apparently. Leah has her own side A.
Come on, sit.
Sit, babes.
Sit. Vibe. Okay. My side A for the week is
I'm actually curious because
my side A for the week actually is the Love Tour. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh! I finally started seeing clips like 2 days ago.
Because it started 2 days ago.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that they had like already like been on like a run.
They're only doing 3 cities, so I think it's Atlanta, Chicago, and New York, and I'm just so excited. Like, I'm about to see 5 of my favorite drag queens in one night, and that just like it's just blowing my mind. Like, oh my god,
they added looks like last minute, right?
Last minute, and if you know me, you know I love Lux Noir London. I think she's so real. Like, and I met her daughter Lana. Shout out.
She has a daughter.
Yeah, she has a daughter. And she was just so good. She was at the Baby Take concert. It was just like, ugh.
How many queens were at the Baby Take concert?
2. Just Dahlia Sin and Lana. I think her name is Lana Ray.
Met Dahlia Sin and did not know who she was.
Okay, for
not that she didn't know who she was, but she didn't recognize her.
I didn't recognize her. And like she was in this like bleach blonde moment, so it was like very much just like not washing her. It was a cute look, but she just looked white. Like I don't think Dahlia Sin looks white on a regular day.
She's pretty light.
She's pretty light. I'm not gonna lie, because when I went back to her page to go look at the picture, it was from, she posted a picture on her feed, and that's how I saw that
she was the one that was at the thing. Yeah,
and I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm right in front of the
no,
stage.
literally, Lola showed me the videos. This is her and this is Dahlia.
I'm literally
and I'm like,
the first person on the stage.
And she was like, oh, she was thinking like, who's this white queen? And I'm like, damn.
But you know something, she ate though. Like she did her thing. Like we were definitely gassing her up. Like for sure. I will, like, if we can put some clips.
But you said you were not gassing her up though.
No,
you said you didn't want to gas her up because you were like, who is this white queen?
No, exactly. No. I said we didn't want to gas her up too much. Like the energy that I gave Lana was not the energy I was giving Dahlia Sin. And I'm so sorry if I knew it was Dahlia Sin. I love Dahlia Sin. So, but I wasn't talking. This is not about Dahlia Sin.
This is not about Dahlia Sin. This is about the fact that in exactly 4 or 5 hours, we're gonna see Shea Coulee, Monet Exchange, Taste, Lux Noir London.
Who's the last person? There's one more person.
Lala Ree.
Lala Ree. We're
the Lala Ree experience. And if you know nothing about what we're talking about, like, that's really sad.
Go Google. Google is so free. Oh my god, that's another thing we're talking about this week. Like, people don't Google things anymore.
This has nothing to do with anything, but like, I need us to bring back, because there's no reason that I would like say something or whatever, like, or somebody says something on social media, and instead of looking at it and being like, oh, I don't know what this word means, and going to like Google it, you respond to that person's tweet and be like, oh,
what does this mean?
There's
literally a tool on iPhone where you can literally highlight the word and look it
Let's
up.
bring back searching things.
Look it
like
up.
Even in people's TikTok comments where it's like, oh, where, how, what does this mean? Where does this go? Who does it? It's like, bitch, really?
What happened to being smart?
Let's bring back self-sufficiency a bit.
What happened to being smart and just learning? Please.
Well, what's on side A for me, if you were gonna ask?
What's on side A for you, girl?
Thank you for that very astute question. What's on side A for me is bringing back real music journalism in the context of the Nigerian music industry, because the think pieces that I encountered on Twitter yesterday about how boring and monotonous the industry is, or like all the music that's coming out is at the moment.
What article was this?
It wasn't even an article. It was, I don't even want to say his name on here, but he wrote an entire epistle, because you know these people are abusing the fact that they can write articles now on Twitter. But it was a whole epistle about how like Amapiano has run its course, which I also think is a very kind of disrespectful thing to say, because it's
in general, like
we were invited as guests into this like South African subculture, so to be like, oh, it's run its course, it feels very rude. But that's even like to the side.
It feels
like, yeah, like we're done with this. Yeah,
Like,
and it's like,
girl,
who, like, what? Don't say things like that. But also, it's like saying that like Nigerian music is like, you're concerned because everything feels monotonous and like there's no innovation and blah blah. Meanwhile, you only listen to or document the same rotation of artists. Like, of course you're bored.
Yeah, of course.
You're not necessarily seeking out anything new.
You know,
you're not necessarily like focused on discovery. You're not focused on subgenres. You're not focused on independent artists. Nothing like that. So it's like, what leg do you think that you have to stand on to say that it's boring and it's monotonous and like you're concerned for the state of the industry, when like I feel like music journalism used to be a way where people could discover
new artists and like really connect with an artist through another writer.
Somebody's like perspective.
I feel like a lot of like the music journalism that's come out in like the last couple of years, especially like Nigerian music journalism, has just been very questionable. I think back to when Santi released.
I remember. I know what you're talking about.
Final Heaven.
I thought it was Mandy.
No, it's Final Heaven.
It feels so long ago.
It feels so long ago, but Final Heaven came out 2 years ago. And there was this article that was so ill-informed. It was just so empty, like just empty words.
I know the exact article you were talking about. It was so targeted.
It was so targeted. It was just very much targeted towards like hate towards the alt community and
alternative artists and all that,
and just kind of like that's like scope of music. And I think it was when I read that I was like, really, like people don't really care about like the substance of the work. They only care about the idea of what they have of the person and what they're doing. So it's like,
and that's why it was, and that's the thing, it's not like, I'm not one of those people that thinks that journalism needs to be objective or whatever, because I do think that a huge part of it
is good.
Yeah, yes. I do think that a huge part of it is like, you know, inserting your own kind of like sensibilities into things so it feels very authentic to you, for sure. But like sometimes you can tell when people are like just so incredibly biased. Leah, do you have something to say on this topic?
Yeah, she is so. She said, "Let me."
Like you can tell when people are just really fucking biased, and it's like, and there's so much payola going on when it comes to like, it's so wild, and like there's certain publications, and I will not name, and I won't name them, but it's like. The thing that you guys said that you stood for when you established this thing is now like, it's so, oh man, I really wish I could drop names, but I won't do that.
It's just interesting.
It's very
it's an interesting world that we've built, and I feel like we're not doing what we could be doing for our own
culture and subcultures
and like literally Americans are trying to do more for like Nigerian music than we are as far as journalism goes. Yeah. Because honestly, I'm not talking about in general, please. But as far as journalism goes, I feel like they have kind of like taken a lead on that almost, because I've been reading a couple of them.
Sad.
And that's
because
sad.
it's kind of like,
because why are they the ones telling the stories?
I was saying this at a point last season where I'm like, we don't want to get to a point where other people with outside perspectives are the ones
telling our stories
at least firsthand.
Because
you know what I mean?
There's a certain level of like context and like nuance that like the West does not have.
That doesn't have. They're not immersed. You know what I mean?
They weren't there for most of it. There are certain references that they wouldn't be able to get, like, you know. So I definitely get that. That's a really good side A, girl.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it since yesterday, and I was just like, ugh, like I can't deal with this anymore. I'll send you the think piece because it was very long-winded, and
I probably will read it. Congratulations, or sorry, but like I don't know. Like, I'm so sorry, that's not happening. Like,
no, actually, like it's not. I'm not even good. It's actually not worth reading because there's really not much together from it.
I'm so sorry. I inherently do not want to read anything that lacks substance anymore. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I really do seek out like so much good writers. Substance. Like, but so much is lacking substance, and I know there are like really good writers out there right now in the Nigerian music journalism scene, but they are still in like junior roles and like having to like still like you know get
probably crazy
to like work their way up, and like these are some really talented people, you know. So I don't know, I just think we just need to like shift how we like talk about each other. No, like how we talk about each other and in our own like space, because like a lot of the time it's just very derogatory. It's like and
what's the Amapiano has run its course thing. I find that quite disrespectful,
bro. Like, please hang it up. You don't get to be
a guest in somebody's thing that has like, and we've embraced it. We've done it very well, but you still do not. There's no leg to stand on. There's no authority for us to say when something has run its course versus not. Like,
if someone on the internet said
Afrobeats has run its course, like that is so disrespectful.
Up in arms. You people would be with pitchforks and fucking knives at the door.
Do that.
Please, like, you do not get to throw away somebody's culture or like their cultural expression. That doesn't happen.
That you borrowed.
That you literally, like, isn't that what the colonizers did? Don't be a colonizer.
Right. And on that note, let's skip it to side B.
I like this one.
We're in the living room. Oh my god, guys! Like, I'm so excited.
Side.
Welcome back, guys. As you can see, the God has graced
the special, the one and only, you know, the baddest, the very baddest.
If you're listening to this and you're not watching it on video, SGaWD is in full pink ensemble from head
to toe.
to toe.
All right.
She came in.
Even down to the drink, y'all. Like, it's
Literally.
my drink is pink.
Literally.
I had to add a little splash of a little,
my drink
what's
is
it called? Berry lemonade. And what this is called. Is it giving? Is it drink giving?
Yeah.
Hospitality, let me tell you, when you come to the fun house,
We'll take care of you.
we'll take care of you. Be a host. We'll be a good host.
I hate like when I go places and people are not good hosts. I'm like, what the hell?
I don't think they were raised right. I think that's something that I actually think about very often. I don't think they were raised right because it's like, there's no way.
Why exactly?
Hosting is not in everyone's wheelhouse, though. I'm realizing.
Fairs, yes.
But there's a way to
Boring.
I'm like a good host, but like only for a like a
Short
time frame.
amount of time, yeah. After a
Because
while,
after I
it's like,
want to check out, I'm just like, okay,
What's
I
the
want to
time
be
frame, though?
alone. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like for people that I love, I'll stretch it out a little bit. But
Yeah.
like for people that I'm just like, yeah,
If I don't love you, you're not
I'm
coming to my
over
house.
it.
Yeah,
like I am over
my
it,
house
like,
is not the link spot. If
for,
I don't
yeah,
love
exactly.
You. Yeah.
If I don't love you, you're not coming to my
Yeah.
house.
You're
so
not
like
coming.
in general.
You're not even
Yeah.
gonna make it in here.
I know.
But introduce yourselves to the people. If you don't know already, let's get to know.
All right. What's good, Side A Pod?
The voice is even giving me. I'm just doing the tutorial already.
As God said, He's the supreme, superior. Can we curse on here?
Of course,
Yeah.
girl.
Ooh, goddamn.
Yeah.
Said He the supreme, the motherfucking superior.
Yeah.
Primo the Lord. You already know what's going on.
Right.
It's my party. That's what I said. So,
And we agree.
and we agree.
And we agree. We
I'm
agree.
super
we
happy to
agree.
be here, and it's crazy. Like
You're our first guest.
Literally,
that's
like
crazy.
ever.
Of like ever
Ever.
in video.
Yeah.
Ever.
Like
Oh
ever.
my god! Full circle
literally.
moment, you know.
First
Full
guest. It's
circle
iconic
moment,
as
you
fuck.
know.
Iconic
And
as hell.
as soon
Remember
as
when I was your first guest for you?
Actually,
Oh my god.
literally,
Oh my god. Interesting
literally,
fact.
I was just about to bring that up. If you guys didn't know, when I had TRL Talks podcast, SGaWD came on
Yes.
and fucked with me, and that was a really good episode too. I really loved
Yeah,
it.
that was a good episode, I think.
And
was
we
a
did it
very good
virtually
episode.
too.
Yeah, we did it
It
over
was
Zoom.
fire.
It was
well,
so fire.
back at it again.
And
Period.
look at
This
us
time
now
at the
in
fun house.
person.
Oh no, I
And
love
I'm
that
over
for you
here.
guys. Like the synergy
know,
is just
right?
so like, I love it.
It's so crazy. I'm so happy to be
I
here.
love
I'm
alignments.
blessed. I'm just like,
How are
thank
you
you,
enjoying
Jesus.
New York so far?
You know,
Been
I'm just
complaining
like,
it's cold.
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Joe Biden. It's
Oh,
cold.
it's
but
cold,
then
but it's nice.
I'm only feeling like cold because I don't really have like someone to like, you know,
So
hold on to cuddle
no New
with.
York link yet.
I'm really here on my.
LMAO.
I'm here to hustle. Opportunities.
Yeah.
America, the
Trust
land of
me,
the
you
free
don't
and
want
the
no New
brave.
York niggas. So.
Please.
I figure, like, to be honest, a couple of things have happened to me while I was out here.
Already.
Girl.
Already. You want to share
the
with
niggas
us?
be
You
out.
want to share. My
But
dear.
yeah, anyways, so I think I'll share what happened yesterday because I think that's the funniest. I was at a train station and then I had come out to buy something. So I love these. I wish I could get up to get them, but anyways, there's something called Nature's Bakery. They're like these vegan snacks.
Yeah.
I love the brownies and I look for them everywhere, but they only happen to be in Brooklyn. And I'm in Harlem at the moment. So every time I go to Brooklyn, I go into every deli I can find.
To like find
To find
it.
To
this.
find it. Like it's an obsession.
Yeah.
I will walk, I'll see a deli, I'm like,
Maybe,
just enter.
yeah.
And maybe they will have it. So I entered this deli opposite Flushing Ave, and they happened to have it. And I got everything. And then I tried to pay Zenith Bank.
Zenith Bank.
Sigh of not even relief. Sigh of not even disappointment. Sigh of course. Of course, I'm Zenith. Of course, I'm Zenith Bank. I will stop working in the middle of when I need you. Anyways, the car didn't work, and it was like, oh, offline. I was like, damn. So I had to call my manager. Shout out SET.
Shout out
to help
SET.
me.
Come on now.
To help me send me some funds so that I could get this P. Cause I'm sorry, I wasn't leaving.
You
without
leave
this
there
P.
without
Like, how many places have you gone?
How many
this?
places have I walked? I've walked Harlem. I've walked Bronx. I didn't find it. I only found it in Brooklyn. I was like, I must get this thing. I must get at least 5. So
Did you buy the tree?
Yeah, like 5.
Yeah.
So when I walked in, this gentleman was like, "Your hair." By the way, people have been complimenting my braids.
No, it's fire.
Yeah, fire.
And I'm like, "Thank you so
You
much."
can't get that out here.
At first, I was like, I wasn't thinking the braids. Then
No,
over
okay.
time, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm liking
That's
it. The color
settling in.
actually looks good on me.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, thank you. I didn't think nothing of it. And then like I was just getting my thing. And then I tried to pay for it. He watched the whole thing happen, but he had left the store. I come out of the store with everything. The reason why I'm even able to come out is because the owner of the store, bless his soul, told me like I should leave with the stuff that is okay, that I can come back and pay. I was like,
that's
oh,
nice.
that's so sweet.
They never do that.
bro, I told him, I was like, sir, I am a stranger to this land. I also do not know your story. He was like, it's supposed to be the train station. It's okay. You come back. I'm like, okay. Thank you. Since you're insisting like this, I will take this. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Joe
Peace
Biden.
be. Yeah.
Peace
This
be.
thing
You
is
know?
Joe Biden.
Peace be.
Peace be.
Peace be. I know you guys are fighting him at the moment, but anyways, cheers. Thumbs up. Peace be. I took the stuff and I went out, and then this man had already whipped up his little Benz. Like his Benz was nice. Whipped it up to the front of the store, and he was like, "Yeah, let me pay for that. Let me pay for that." I was like,
He was
"Damn!"
shouting
Like
this from the car.
he was saying it from the car. He now came down. He was like, "You already paid for it?" Because he saw it in my hand.
Yeah.
And when I was in the store, he told me I was beautiful, but like I didn't. It
It's
didn't,
just like,
it
okay,
passed.
cool. Yeah. Thanks for the compliment.
So when he said he was gonna pay for it, I thought it was just like Yanni hands. You know how guys say they're gonna pay for things and they just. So the guy actually went in and he paid for it, and he came out and was like, "Oh, you're beautiful." This is an older guy, by the way. There was another younger guy on the side. I think he was waiting to talk to me, so he watched
No, there's a
the
line of
whole
niggas.
thing happen.
At the fucking bodega.
He watched the whole thing happen, and I was like, "Yeah, Chai, sorry." I was like, "Chai, sorry for you."
Yeah.
No, Chai,
You can't compete.
He man pulled up with his man. That guy was at the curb.
Oh, man.
Do you know what he said? Do you know what I said? You know I know I can never have New York niggas. Do you know what he said?
What did he say?
Instead of him to introduce himself, he said, "I bet that happens to you all the time, huh?"
Bro,
Everything like trash. I was like, damn, like you had the opportunity. Do you understand? You had the opportunity to just be a gentleman and introduce yourself and be like, you know, you could comment like later about that being funny, but that wasn't the way to.
That's not the
get
start of the conversation.
Start the conversation and make a
all,
good first
like,
impression. So I was like, it's sad that the young men here are a bit aloof.
A bit.
Or are just aloof.
You know, begin to
I
cut it.
noticed like in New York, but there are a couple of things I do like about New York. I like the fact that people just put that shit on.
Yeah. Just
Like,
to do
bruh,
it.
They just.
Just to
Bruh,
do
I've
it.
been out here and like Lagosians think they can dress. Please. I don't know if it's like my bias for winter fashion as well. But,
I love the look of winter fashion, but
Yeah.
for myself, I'm like, I don't want to do this.
yeah,
No.
it's okay. It's cold, right?
I don't
I
wanna
love
do
it.
this.
I like a skimpy moment.
I like a skimpy fit, like,
little moment.
I need a
but
little-
honestly, I do like a winter fit though. Like it depends
Yeah.
on the fit. You really get to like throw out those leather jackets and
The
like
layering, it gives you more room to like work with
I
things.
really like it. I like the fact that people throw on a fit. Like ever since I came here, I've
Yeah.
just been like fit.
Yeah.
You know, put it on.
It's inspiring.
Going out, like it's
Yeah.
very inspiring to just like look my best. So that's one thing I really like about New York. I do hate the Uber prices though, because it's like
they're
My dear, we
terrible.
hate
They're
20
the
minutes
worst.
to some place and it's a $60 Uber. I'm like, do you guys
We hate
want
it
to-
too.
You wanna kill me?
Literally, it's like
Right now, the dollar Snarl rate is not looking nice.
Girl,
So,
we hate
yeah.
it too. It's not even
nah, literally.
But yeah.
nothing to write home about.
New York is New York, and I'm here.
I feel like you're the perfect first guest because I just feel like you have perspective on like so many things I'm like super curious about. And like I've really been thinking about just like women in the industry, where they've been, where it's kind of like going, and I feel like you're like in the perfect spot to like talk about that. I'm curious about like what being like an indie female artist is like in like Nigeria, Lagos specifically.
Lagos in specific.
Specifically.
Like, yeah.
Because I feel like we kind of transitioned from like, I feel like thinking about artists from the past, right? It's like a lot of like, especially like rappers that came up, they came up in this like first lady
like
kind
of like
where it's like
that,
it's like the
queen
one.
of the team.
I definitely agree. I agree. I tell people all the time that there's like 2 stages to this P. You are an artist, and then there's a difference between a female artist and an independent female artist. Like when you're signed, there's a difference between someone that's independent. So the artists before me, bless their souls, I'm so grateful for them. People like Sasha P, Price, Mocheda, they all came up like as first ladies. So they were like backed by, you know, guys. It was either you were backed by Class Pizzas or you were backed by Shemija, or you were backed by
Don Jazzy,
or you were backed by, you know, LD,
Storm, or like Storm Records.
That's Storm
Records,
Storm Records. So it's like, when you had that, you kind of like had a wall of protection of men around you. So it's like, even with studio sessions, if you want a verse from somebody, they'll tell. I remember I was on a panel with Price. Yeah. And I think Price and Kels. Yeah. They were just talking about like this whole thing where, you know, they are really, you know, looking at the girls of today and how they're, you know, moving. And they were like, they had that shield of protection that they will not deny that was a privilege. Having that shield of protection is definitely a privilege.
Like, I can't imagine.
Because people will extend the respect that they have for the men around you to you.
Sometimes it's not even respect. Sometimes it's kind of like they want favors.
Exactly.
It's like,
association.
It's kind of like, okay, if you want a song with LD, or if you want a song with, you know, Suspect. So if you want Suspect to project this way, you do a song with Macheda. Or you do a song with Kels. If you do it from Clarice Peters, you do a song with Kels. Do you understand? So it's kind of like there was a trade to be made. And people were acting very much based on interest. Yes, relationships. Yes, like friendships. Yes, for the art of things and the love of things, but there was definitely like, you know, some sort of understanding between people that this was a fair trade and this was what I was getting for this. And also there was also a phenomenon of I don't know if like this was it, but abroad as well, it was also the first lady thing happening.
For sure. I'm heavy on that.
And
like that was the whole
had
scape.
Kim, you had Foxy, you had even when P Diddy had the girls,
the group,
the group,
Diddy Dirty Money, like that just kind of thing.
Or even when Nicki
came out with Yuga, there were other people, Queen Latifah, Left Eye. There were other people. So like even when other people came out, it was like, you know, first lady of something or like, you know. So that was what it was, but it's very different for an independent female artist. It's kind of like, I'm first lady of my company, baby.
Period.
I'm first lady of my own thing. Like, I'm not first lady of a record label. I do work with men. I do happen to have tracks with men. Men produce my songs, but like, it's not like I have a wall of protection of men around me. That
like a collective
that are acting based off of, you know, that have my interest at heart. Let me put that. Like that have my interests, solely my interest at heart, for whatever reason. So it's a little bit harder to navigate relationships. It's a little bit harder to stick up for myself because oftentimes when I stick up for myself, it's kind of like I get the feeling that people try to make it seem like I'm being difficult.
Of course. No, people love to humble women super quickly.
But then if it was a guy that was like saying the same thing or doing the same thing, everybody would just be like, okay, you know, Allah, like, you know, understand, but still. So it's like, there's that dynamic as well. But I also like it in the way that's like I really get to make the decisions. Like, of course I'm getting to a stage where, because my career is getting bigger, I have to delegate things that I usually did on my own to people. Like now I don't have access to my accounts. Like I have that, like, been for you? I can go, but actually, like, it's been been the most freeing thing ever, because like, you know how Twitter is, you know how like social media can be, so like the fact that I don't have to keep up with my accounts all the time is really nice. I just pop in there like when I feel like it, and then but like all my accounts, I've let them go, and the only one I have is TikTok, because that one I'm very anyone that knows me knows that, okay, that's probably Sedi posting on there, because she's always on there. Like I'm always on TikTok. I love TikTok so much. I love TikTok, so I'm always on there. She's that girl. Twitter used to be that girl, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's kind of like how it is. But I like it though.
If you could choose, like if it could be different, would you choose for it to be different?
I'm learning things. I am learning things. I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning how to like navigate relationships as well. So I think like, I don't know if I should say this. I used to be very idealist about life and be like, I don't know if you understand that. Strong. Triumph. Like, I don't know how
keep
to
pushing.
The suffering. You have, but like right now, right now I'm not about like that suffering stage. I'm just about like action and result. I'm just like, this equals to this. This is what I need to do this. I know my limits. I know like how far I can extend myself. I know how far I can sacrifice, and that's just what I'm focused on right now. I will tell like you for a fact that me is just like, okay, if you're deciding to be an independent artist, you have to do like 100 times the work.
You have to be ready. You have to be ready for that journey, like, because it's entirely different.
For example, labels have support not only on like the front end but the back end, and they do this because they liaise with, you know, whether even if they just have one person in charge of keeping these relationships going with DSPs, that's their job. You as an artist, you keep posting, and you can't like pay the person who's uploading for you to be talking to these DSPs on your behalf, because they might not have that direct relationship that you want. Sometimes you just have to like go and look for these people on your own. And now I'm in New York. Usually like when I would take trips, I would just take trips to chill. But now like when I take trips, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this because I have to be in New York. Okay, so what's going on in New York? Who can I see? Who can I see in New York? What's the scene like? Okay, I think I should introduce my music to people in New York, and they should see me in person, because I see on my Spotify chart that New York people stream my music. So maybe we should actually perform somewhere. So that's kind of like how it is as an independent artist. No one is going to hold your hand and come and tell you, come here. And that was what I was trying to explain. I guess that was where I was heading to with like, in the older days, having people who would hold their hand and tell them, come and perform here.
Do this here and do this here.
Do this here. Come and perform here. Stand here.
Like,
perform
go to Sound City,
here.
do this that.
If they don't pay you your money, if they are trying to say they won't pay your money, somebody will come and say, bro, are you crazy? Why don't you want to pay that girl her money? And that would be a man like shouting at another man on your behalf, or shouting at another woman on your behalf. So that's not how it is as an independent female artist. Like, you're the one doing all the P, you're the one doing all the movements,
you're the one doing all the fighting, and
you and your manager are the ones doing all the P. At some point I had to actually stop doing that, because I didn't want to give off bitter, and I didn't want to like be apprehensive, because there are people watching from the outside that might not really understand context wise. So I didn't want that to be a thing. So I was just like, you know what, I will just let my team. That's why I said delegating certain things. So certain things, including like being vocal. So when I feel like I'm vocal about something, I'm just like, okay, that one is enough.
Yeah.
Any other thing that I've said,
yeah.
I've said, and any other thing that I need, or my team absolutely has me. So.
Period. I'm glad that you have people around you that like you can actually just trust to even like delegate the work to.
Absolutely.
And be like, okay, like I trust you enough to take this off my own plate.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to
It's a hard thing to do, like, honestly.
Hey,
tell me about it.
Like, people are so dodgy, especially in the, I think in the music industry in specific, people are so like grimy about how they go about like certain things.
Business,
where it's like, for what?
I imagine there's also a lot of promise and fail.
So maybe today there's a lot of promise and fail, and that was the same thing I was talking about, like relationships. I used to look at it as promise and fail, like, but now I try to look at it a bit differently. Like I said, relationships, people. Okay, let me give you an example. There's an opportunity that is available, and Lola is qualified, and I am qualified as well. You know me, we're friends, but Lola is your sister, so you would probably, even if it was by like 0.5 seconds, tell Lola about it first, before you tell me, because she's your sister. Proximity. So the proximity. So that's kind of how it is. Like, I think with everything in life, the relationships. That's why people always shout, focus on building relationships. Focus on building relationships. This is really who you know. Like, your skills are great and everything, and you will be skilled. But at the same time, like, even if I was a little bit more qualified or a lot more, you would tell someone that you know first, because at the end of the day, you can learn on the job. So like, yes, when people tell you to focus on relationships, they are not wrong. You should absolutely 100% focus on relationships. And that's why when I see people do things for clout, before I used to be like, why are you doing that? But now I'm just like, I get it, boss. You get it how you live. I get it how I live. You get it how you live. So I understand why you're doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, that really is a currency that does pay. Like, people do look for that. People want that in certain dynamics, or people want that in certain relationships. So that's kind of what
that makes sense. Because Lola and Lola was talking about this like last season, and just talking about like artist development as well, because like that's a huge part of like what backing brings you, is like people being able like, to tell you like, okay, this is how we're going to develop.
Yes.
So but I think that's also kind of changing, which is what Lola was talking about, where like social media has kind of like changed that artist development scape, because so much of that is like virality on like TikTok or things like that, because that drives streams. And so like the trajectory of an artist has kind of like changed, and like there's almost like a new hat to wear, if that makes sense.
Like, there are now these like new checkpoints where it's that, even if it's that you wanted to get signed, right? If you don't have a viral TikTok video, or at least one of your songs like really viral, doing like, you literally can't get signed. You're not even getting the attention. And I think that's so interesting.
There are definitely even some DSPs that operate on like an algorithm basis, that even if your numbers are not up there, they're not pushing certain things. That's why I said it's very important for you to have relationships on the back end, because that secures you still pushing through all of that noise. Because at the end of the day, you're not the only one doing this. There are like millions of people uploading their stuff on there like every day. So like, what are you doing? What like extra thing are you doing every day to make sure that whatever like goal you have, you're closer to achieving it, or you're achieving it?
I feel like that's something that you're doing well though, where it's like the work is like very evident. Like, it's not going to be like
you work hard
one day somebody's going to be like, oh, this girl came out of nowhere type vibe, because it's like and also you're consistently documenting the work that you're doing, like, if that makes sense.
The proof is very much in the pudding. Like,
I'm really trying to like consistently document. I'm trying to keep like the brand strong, trying to do all that, because that's very important as well as an independent artist, because people love a good story, and at the end of the day, people also love to rewrite history. So I want to make sure that is there in like black and white, so that you don't come on.
You come and
drag
saying,
my thing with me,
or start adding like salt and pepper, like, please now.
I understand.
Do you find that because you were talking about relationships.
Yeah.
So do you find that people are more open or maybe less open to like investing like time and resources in like female artists in Nigeria as it is right now?
Yes. I will give you like a simple answer. I don't care what anybody thinks. If you want to fight me, fight me.
Period.
This is a simple answer. The industry is very male based. It's a male dominated industry. Most of the people that you would go to not only ask for help, but most of the people who would approve things for you, like budgets or approve certain things for you, are men. Men have a habit of not helping women that they don't think they have a proximity with. So if they don't think they have enough access to you to have either a sexual relationship with you or have an opening for such a relationship, whether it be romantic,
where they can benefit off of you,
or where they can benefit off of you in that way, or whether it be where you are vulnerable for them to come in and swoop and save the day. They don't extend help. They will recognize that you're fit. They will recognize your talent. They would even like they try to mansplain things to you, like give you like advice here and there, but actually concretely helping, they don't. Also, that's one. Two, it's even worse when you're a woman who is obviously a go-getter. When you're a woman like who doesn't take no for an answer, and when you're a woman who takes off really quickly. You will find it very hard to find people who would help you. This might also go for other women who would help you as well, because it's kind of like, okay, if they help you and you leave that access that they have, you know, it's just that thing that people have about like trying to retain control over a situation.
Everyone wants to be able to say,
dynamic,
to say like, oh, like I
did this. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys like saw the Elsa and Naomi situation, but I feel like that there's also like that same dynamic of like, you always want to be the person to say, I built this person up because they're doing good at the moment, or because they're getting some sort of like notoriety, or and sometimes
but not so much so that they pass
where you're at.
You're at. So like it's like I said something in a freestyle. I was like, people want you to be successful, but only to a certain degree. It's kind of like if you last past that degree, it's kind of like almost disrespectful. Like, how dare you? So that happens often with men as well. And like, I'm the kind of woman that I am. I look the way that I am. I speak about the things that I do, the way that I do, or the music that I make. So it's kind of like very audacious that I don't want to put myself in that situation. It's like, why? How dare you?
Like a mindfuck for
them. Like it's like a huge mindfuck for them. It's like, you know, SGaWD, I know rapping about all these things.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like, okay, like that's one whole character. Oh my god, like I'm an artist, like
please, like this is performance art.
This is performance art.
Literally, please.
So it's kind of like, it might take me a little bit longer to get to where I need to get to, but like it's not like the place is so far.
And that's impossible.
It's not impossible.
And it'd be more gratifying getting there, knowing that you stuck to your principles.
Exactly. And then there's a difference between like doing all that and then sometimes not really understanding how to navigate life. So I'm trying my best not to take things from an emotional point of view, because I find that stress can like make you make the wrong decisions.
For sure.
I'm trying not to let anything stress me, or rather I'm not letting anything stress me, not even trying. I'm not letting anything stress me. I'm at the point where it's kind of like every situation I put my legs into, or I say, okay, I'm doing this work, I'm taking this work, or this is what I'm doing, I'm performing, I'm doing this, I'm doing it to my best of the
ability,
because there will always be record, whether you like
for
it
sure.
or not.
Like,
there will always be record. So let me do my best so that if something is coming from this place and this time where I was here, let it not be a situation where I'm assessed at that point and they don't pick me. Not even like they don't pick me. It doesn't happen for me because I wasn't at my best.
Yeah.
Like I don't have as many opportunities as other people.
Yeah.
So my own is like every opportunity I have, I must perform.
You have to ride, yeah.
I have to ride.
Like,
so yeah, that's what I genuinely believe in. And Victoria Monet is a huge inspiration to me.
That part, we were just talking about this with Ade, where it's like, and she was saying how like Victoria Monet is how she wants her success to look like, because she wants it to be a situation where like something happens and nobody can say like you don't where did this come from, the work is so consistently there.
And also like if you see, she also like changed the strategy, like she learned a lot
what she needed to.
So that's kind of like what I'm really like focusing on. I'm just like, okay, like I'm here, what do I need to learn to get better? Like what's the next place? Like what do I need to learn to make this permanent for me? Or what do I need to learn to make this happen for me? What do I need to do? Like what's the new metric? What's up? So that's kind of like what it is. Like as long as you focus on getting better, like really and truly, there's no way anyone can count you out. I'm here in New York on my own and I'm booking shows. Period. Who is going to stop me?
Period. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, when I say work that speaks for itself, and like when you work hard, there's no doubt that you're definitely going to get like what you're what you're sewing in. Nobody can bullshit you. Like nobody can be like, and even like look in your face and tell you that you're not who you say you are, because you know,
exactly,
because you already know. So it's like you're already doing the whole like 10 yards already, you know,
because we're just talking about this as well, like even for like our live show where it was like somebody could be like, oh, but you can't do this at this level yet because you need to like have achieved this thing or whatever, but I'm like, no, I'm setting a precedent though.
Like that's crazy for that person to say, and don't ever listen to people like that. My first ever live show, I had it like in a cafe, in a really small cafe. It's the size of this living room, and excluding the kitchen, mind you. Like, maybe at that bar.
Just a little room.
Like, was very small. 25 people max. The last show I had, which was in Lagos, which was my second show ever, I had 250 people coming.
Look at that.
So that's just how life can be. Sometimes you just have to do something to just do and be like, okay, this is it. This is a mistake I made this time. So when I do it this time, it's not going to be like this. I'll know what to do here. I know what to do here. I know what to do there. Because at the end of the day, like if you don't do it, you might not know, especially when you don't have all the resources at your disposal. You might need to do it a couple of times.
For sure. I'm very big on proof of concepts. Like that is one thing that I'm really like taking into consideration for like everything that I do, where I'm like, okay, maybe it's not going to be this thing, but it's proof of concept. So now, once I achieve this, I can now look at it properly and be like, okay, this is what I did. This is what the next step looks like.
This is how I can make it better. This is how I can do it better.
Otherwise, you just sit on shit and like never actually you know.
Yeah, 100%.
One thing you mentioned though was like people feeling like they can have a certain type of access to you because of like your lyrics or the way that you present your persona. I feel like sexuality is like a huge part of like the SGaWD brand and like why a lot of us like gravitate towards you. And I feel like for a very long time in the Nigerian music industry, like people, I was just the video of Tiwa Savage's Haunted and I was thinking about how much of a stir that video made.
Oh my god,
literally started calling her all sorts of things.
Even Kele Love,
bro. And I watched that video again like 2024.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Turtleneck.
Tiwa Savage, I apologize on behalf of
I'm so sorry, Tiwa. That lady has eaten so much bullshit from the industry. It's wild.
It's so wild.
Oh my god. And I think, like her even like being like coming from Yankee, like I feel like they really added that spice. So now start looking down on her like
she was bringing
and
some
I'm
sort
like,
of
what is even like
that video?
going
She's literally
on
from neck to
mesh
wrist
body
to ankle.
You know the crazy thing, when I first started rapping in 2021, I think that's when I dropped my first. Actually, I started rapping first in 2020. Like I was here and there, here and there. When I first started, people told me, oh, this is not gonna work, blah blah blah. But at the time I was a bit shook because Body Count was out, so I wouldn't really Body Count was out, so I was like, okay. I didn't even really know about Body Count that much at the time. I didn't really know much about like the Nigerian music scene. I came like fresh off of Miami. I didn't know anything. Right. I didn't have friends in the music scene either. I didn't have like friends in Lagos. You know how people come to Lagos for December, come for summer. Like I wasn't doing any of those things. I didn't know about homecoming. I didn't know about any of those things. I didn't know landscape. Like I just came there like, you know, when someone's JJC. The difference was I was coming from Miami. So I came and I was just looking at things, and for me I was just enjoying dropping music online. I had a couple of friends from England that were still dropping music, so they just told me, okay, you know, I checked online. I was like, okay, so this is what people are listening to. So I followed a couple of producers, followed a couple of people, just like reaching out to people like, hi, nice, you guys are nice. Like I make music. Would you guys like to make music with me? Like I don't have any songs out, but this is, you know, I can actually make music. You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, wait, tell people like, not what to say. Just take a chance. Take a chance. Take risks and succeed. Take risks in me and succeed. Take risks and succeed. So that's kind of like what it was. And a lot of people didn't want to take the risk. Obviously, but it was cool though. So I had to figure that out on my own. And when I eventually started rapping, people now started getting on the wave. When Pop Shit came, everybody loved Pop Shit. It was nice. It was a really nice feeling. And then some Pop Shit made enough noise to get to people. The people
Gen
that
pop.
the people that say
the things.
the people that make certain decisions. Everybody now thought that was the perfect time to tell me that rap won't work. Like female rap won't work in Nigeria. Everybody was like, okay, this is not sustainable, this won't work, you need to get into the Nigerian sound. I was like, like, you know, like at the time I didn't know how they expected me to do that. I literally just came from Miami. I don't really know much about the Nigerian sound.
Yourself like that.
I hadn't really experienced Nige even to know much about the Nigerian sound. I hadn't experienced Nigerian music production. I was just doing me, and like it would have been nice for people to hold my hand and tell me, oh, come here, come to this session, come and meet this person, like, you know, show her this, like, would you like to rap on this, like, what do you think about this, like, do you get that's how you fucking tell someone something. Not coming and tell me this is not gonna work here, and nobody's listening to this, but then everybody's bumping to Pop Shit. So I now had like so much defense against people. I was just like, fuck you.
Because now you have to fight for yourself all the time.
Because like, you guys don't want to give me opportunities. You guys don't want to, and you're telling me this. And then when I was and at that time, when Pop Shit now popped and people really liked it, and then I dropped something else and people liked it, and then it became a thing that female rap
it's now cute.
It's now cute. People now decided that female rap was now marketable, and now went to start like sending me offers, but not great offers, very menial offers, maybe because I know what I want. So I just decided, you know what, I will. Some offers were very, very disrespectful, that they came with like sexual harassment or even like intimidation, to say the least. Some offers just came and they were like slave work. I was like, what is this? Some offers came and they just wanted to change my sound entirely. So I was just kind of like, okay, I really just want to learn how to figure this out on my own. The help will be nice, but at the end of the day, I don't really think you guys see me very well. if maybe in like a couple of years you guys see me and you are still interested, we will both like, there's always room for renegotiation. But for now, I need to figure out like where I'm at and what I like. And here we are, how many years later?
Come on now. Hey now.
I guess I played my chips right.
Right.
The goal is to keep playing my chips right.
I've also never understood this thing of like labels or just like companies reaching out to artists and being like, oh my god, we like what you did, we like the song
but
that you made,
all the ways we'll change it.
Other ways that we want to like change and revamp and like.
I mean, I guess I understand it only because like there is a market and there's a formula. There's pop music and that is the music that everybody wants to hear. It makes sense.
It's a money game.
Yes, it makes sense to make more music from pop music, but then like I feel like the world is changing so much that there's going to be so sensory issues. Everybody is experiencing like crazy sensory issues. It's already happening. And people are getting sick of like
hearing the same shit.
Not even hearing the same shit. People are getting sick of shit, like sick of music, sick of things. Like they don't want to hear certain songs. They don't want to hear most of the like. There's a very general jaded vibe. And the only way to take out that jaded vibe is like touch to touch, like communication. And a lot of artists don't have that. And like in a couple of years, it will be a situation that okay, you have music, but what experience can you create? For people
what
to
is
enjoy this music. So I guess everybody should just keep doing what they are doing.
I feel like you're a really good investment though, like even from a money perspective, because you're so versatile as an artist.
I was just about to say that
you can meld into literally any genre.
I'm like, aside to that, I'm not only an artist. Like, have you seen my lighters? They are everywhere in the world.
Right. Like, come on now.
Everywhere. Like, I sell stuff. I do things. I just love the bringing something to life. Whether it be music, whether it be a brand, whether it be a product. Like, doing stuff that actually like I actually like.
It's an investment because it's like they can insert you in so many places. They can insert you in literally so many like verticals and things like that.
So I think like there are certain things that may, affect that, but then we're working on it. We're working on it.
Working on it as we continue to work on it.
Of course.
I'm curious though, like, who do you feel like, who can you name? Because we're talking about like, like female artists kind of being penalized for being bold or being like explicit or whatever. Like, who do you feel like you can name in the industry that kind of like they tried it first, or like they kind of like broke the mold a little bit for like the times, and it almost like was, I guess, inspiring, or it's like a reference or something or whatever.
Like even better, what's your Mount Rushmore of like pioneers, like for you?
Whether it's like lyricists or like just women. Weird MC.
I love that woman.
For sure.
I don't want to speculate, but Weird MC was.
Nobody was doing that.
Like, no one was doing that. Like,
that's all.
She was not wearing a dress for you.
That's all.
Or anyone else.
Or even makeup.
Or makeup.
or making any music that you wanted to.
Or a push-up bra.
Please.
Or making any music that you wanted her to.
Yeah.
So like, just seeing her do her thing, that was enough for me.
Yeah. No, when Weird MC came out, I was like,
And who is she? And that was the whole conversation. Is this a man or a woman?
Is it a man or a woman?
Is it a man or a woman? And she didn't even address it for one second.
Yeah.
She didn't take out 2 seconds on any radio interview to address if she was a man or a woman. If you saw the boobs.
Literally.
If you did not see. If you are feeling it, you are feeling it. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
Of like her breasts, as per the fact that like her breasts would be poking in shirts and like.
So it was so nice.
Super interesting.
And this was a time where I didn't even understand what you know, being a male presenting woman was like, I was a child, I didn't understand it, but just seeing somebody do her thing. And I think that's also why my music is the way it is. I'm very big on women just doing their thing. Whether you want to wear trousers today, I want to wear it for 75 days. You want to wear short skirt today, you want to wear it for 75 days. You want to be a lawyer, you want to leave law and pivot into beauty. Whatever you want to do as a woman that fits your soul, you should do that. Of course, you should be aware that you are one of the less privileged people in society, but that doesn't stop you from getting to what you need to get. Just be aware of the privilege that you have, or the privilege you don't have, or the ways that you can maneuver certain things. But you should definitely be a go-getter. And just seeing women like go at it is very inspiring for me. Whether it be Red MC or Sasha P or Mocheda as young
No,
literally,
I feel like
people
Mocheda
forget
is
how
my
young
girl.
Mocheda was, like 14.
Please.
She was very
so young.
Wait, she was like 14.
Yes, she was like 14.
That's crazy.
She was like 15 when she started rapping.
She was like
14, 15
She
when
was
she
a
started
teenager
rapping.
She was a teenager for sure.
No, she was like 14,
sure.
15 when she started rapping. I'm not sure like when they unveiled her. She was that young, but she was already hanging out like in the studio rapping,
which already presents like.
And people at that age were getting into uni very young in Nigeria. People were getting into uni very, very young in Nigeria. So it was like, but like just seeing women do their thing. Also, like there were other women as well in Nollywood. Patience Ozokwo, Joke Silva, Eukaria.
Powerhouses.
I love
like,
Joke Silva so much.
Just
like
women
that.
who are like, like women who are like beacons of excellence. Just women who do. And they do well.
With strength and like just like
it.
authority. I love the authority behind it.
Women that take up space.
Please.
So that's always been my inspiration. And I think also because my mom is a very huge part in my life, and she's also a woman that just does. My mom's story is one of the most inspiring stories ever. My mom is an orphan, and like even before she was orphaned, like her dad, like she's just very strong, and like she has never for one day ever, like the most I've seen my mom vulnerable, I literally caught her.
It was a moment.
It was a moment
behind the curtain.
A peek behind the curtain. And after that day, she was obviously vulnerable with me, because I guess like maybe she was like, okay, you're now at the age where you can see me like this. You're now at the age where you can see me like this. But even at that, she just keeps going, and she puts her best foot forward every time. Every time. Whether it's work, whether it's dressing, whether it's her kids, whether it's her marriage, she's always willing to like, you know, learn and see and whatnot. At first she wasn't very apprehensive of my career, but like now she even calls me as good. She'll be like, as good. She's blocked.
Really, that's impressive.
She's blocked, by the way.
I mean,
but like she watches all my stuff. She's seen Boy Toy videos. She says
she's on there. She's
curious
out and
about it outside. So it's just like seeing a woman who just keeps going in all aspects. It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shout out to women. Shout out to women. I think that the thing with parents is like when they see that. She probably saw that you were like serious and like consistently, like it's not like anything that you picked up and dropped.
They want to see that you're dedicated.
In Lagos, pay my bills.
Right,
what she gonna tell me?
This is working for you. Okay.
How many years? She's like, you're eating.
As in your fed.
At some point, they were worried that I was slim. Then I just like I didn't do it back. They're like,
Maybe she is fine.
Maybe she is okay.
Maybe she is okay. Maybe this is working out. Shout out to women, man.
Shout out to women.
My back is killing me. God damn.
I was just saying earlier.
Do you ever go to like chiropractors?
No, I really want to. No, I really want to.
I don't go to chiropractors, but my mom does that for me.
She does it for you. Oh my god.
Cause like watch me be the person that dies on the table.
Male talent though. Where did she learn? I was just about to say, where did she learn that?
I'll do it for you off camera. I'll do it for you off camera.
Who knows what?
Man.
Not off camera. Save that for after. Man, I mean my mom too, like she'll be mixing her
low
things, and I'm like, what
you need
one
to.
time my mom went to the village because I was having, I don't know what was happening.
Auchi in
oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally, I do.
She went to the village and I was having like one weird pain in my knee or whatever. Went to the village, came back with one thing. The label, there was one baba on it, and then wrote the instructions. Literally, I rubbed this thing on my leg. I kid you not, 10 minutes. I was like,
what is happening, child?
Like, that's crazy.
Why am I like perfectly fine? I was like, you know what?
Thank you. I'll take it.
Love my ancestors.
Love my ancestors. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
So, as we're wrapping up, I'm interested to know, like, you're in New York, you're doing your thing, you're out here.
Yeah.
How's your show the other day, by the way?
It was really good. Oh my god, I've had 2 so far. One was at Szymanski's.
Yeah,
that was really good.
How did you like that venue?
I think Szymanski's a really good venue.
It is. It's huge.
The whole time I was in there, it's not even about like the space. It's more about the crowd.
Yeah,
like perfect age.
Yeah,
perfect group of people. Like a very good sweet spot, like middle spot to like throw something out, and they're very receptive too. So it's like this spot is really good for like, well, if you're an independent artist, and because I'm not a gatekeeper, if you're an independent artist and you're in New York and you would love, just find a way to put yourself in Szymanski's. Shout out to DJ Eno. She plugged me, and shout out to DJ Ola.
Shout out to Ola. That's
shout out to Ola, bro. Like,
he was the DJ at the party from last night.
Oh,
yeah, that's why
I should have come.
That
was nice.
No, I love him. He literally started DJing because we went to SUNY Old Westbury in Long Island, and he started DJing. I think it was his freshman year, so probably like my junior year.
Yeah,
and like we were like a huge friend group.
Yeah,
and so like me and my roommate's room was like the link spot. So like he literally just started like DJing in our room one day, like just fucking around on like his computer, and like us like hyping him up. And literally like, what is this now? Like 5 years later, 6 years later,
and he's so good.
That is a household name, like in New York or like wherever. Like
he's amazing. He's really amazing. But shout out to him as well, because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people play music, but a lot of people aren't DJs, and it's very funny to it might be very like funny for some people. They don't know how to introduce new music to a new scene, because at the end of the day, like, it's different when you're introducing. Like Szymanski's was, let me tell y'all, Szymanski's was like 500, 600 people deep.
Damn. Yeah. Like when I said that place is big, like it's like rooms of just bodies. Like there's the one part, there's another part. Like
so Szymanski was like 500 people deep, and that night was a packed night as well. So some DJs might not be able to have like the balls to be able to introduce like a new sound to a
people are very scared to like even just do new music.
There might be like 5-10 people in the crowd that know the song, 20 at most, but still
it's the energy that used to like plug it in.
He not only introduced the song, but he knew like the perfect time to do it, and he also introduced me very well and spoke to the MC. So like I just feel like he's really like, you know what a DJ is.
That guy.
He knew how to put it out there, and then like, you know, he did what he needed to be done. So yeah.
What are you feeling like is like next for you?
In New York, I have like a couple of more shows. Like,
when are you leaving?
Girl, I was meant to be out of here. Like, I was meant to be out of New York like 2-3 days ago, but then I just keep getting
shows. Is it giving? The vibes are giving.
Hey,
I just keep getting shows.
Stay where the money is at.
I just keep getting shows. I would say some of the shows are, I would say like for most of them, I'm doing them like as an appearance, you know, just getting my name out there.
Yeah.
Not really paid. But anyways.
Elevate.
But yeah, anyways, what's it called? I have another show, Open to All. Do you know Open to All?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah, on 29th.
Oh, so there. Like, wait, that is so
you're
crazy.
doing OTA. Oh,
they hit me up and they asked me.
Are you gonna do dump all your worries? You have to.
Yeah, I was trying to get like a stipend, but I don't know. So like a little transportation fare. Because New York.
No, we have to pull up to
But
OTA.
yeah, I have OT on the 29th, which is crazy.
That's fire.
And then I have on the first Kenny and
Yeah,
Friends.
Kenny and Friends.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
then
Kenny and Friends.
and then I'm out. New York, sorry. I have to go somewhere
He's out
else.
New York.
You can't have me forever.
What is it like though? Because I know like you're a Miami girl. Like,
Yes. Oh my
what
God.
is like the vibe giving in Miami? Like, are
The
you trying to do
vibe in
shows out
Miami,
there?
Yes, I am. I'm just trying to meet people. I'm
I imagine
trying
it's
to
a
meet
very
people.
different landscape.
Yeah, it's,
though.
it's,
It's
very
very
it's
different.
club heavy.
It's
It's
very
club heavy.
Yeah, it's very club heavy. I think the black community, they mostly do like parties.
Yeah.
They do like club hostings as well, but I don't think that much. I think
Yeah.
mostly parties. So I'm trying to meet like a lot of DJs who DJ in the black community.
Yeah.
There's one DJ I'm trying to meet though, DJ Junbi. He's Rama's DJ apparently, so he's not
Yeah.
even in Miami at the moment. He's
Yeah.
in Nige, but apparently he goes to like FIU, which is my brother's uni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out FIU. So just meet a couple of people. I met some DJs out there. I want to meet DJ Aya, so hopefully I get to meet him. But just like a couple of DJs, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do the same thing. I'm like, girl, I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
When I get out there, I'm just like, yo, what's up?
Okay, what's happening?
Hey, where
I
we
text,
at?
What's happening?
I text the
That
producers.
ass.
I'm like, yo, I'm bringing that Nigerian sauce over here. Do you want some of these Nigerian sauce for you?
Right. Come get your
Yeah.
Come get y'all juice. Like, what up, what up? Come get y'all juice. Come get y'all
Literally.
juice. Literally, like everywhere, every city I touch. What up, what up? Come get y'all juice. I got juice for y'all. I got juice for
If
y'all.
y'all
Hustler, like,
so sorry if you guys are watching this, hit her line. No, seriously.
No, for
And
real,
hit her
though,
line
hit
with some
me.
like bucks. Not no,
Please.
no cheap shit. Seriously,
And her
like
line
A girl
was
like,
like,
you see me, like,
yeah. Act accordingly. Thank you very
come
much.
on now. Come on
Thank you very
now.
much.
Right,
Thank you.
right. Anyway, guys, we gotta this. First of all, like I'm going to watch this episode back, and I'm gonna be
Probably
like,
gonna cry.
I'm so
Sure.
happy.
Probably
like,
might cry.
This is such a full circle moment. I'm just thank God for Sha allowing this to
Yeah.
happen. Cause
No, actually,
what are the odds?
Actually, because the crazy part is you were on the mood board for the season, but I'm like,
How
When
would
are
that
you
be
gonna be
possible?
here?
like,
Yeah.
how is that gonna work? Like, there's so many people that I'm like, oh, I would love to have them on, but like,
Yeah.
proximity is
Have
not.
the proximity
And then SEC,
This happens.
I was like, oh, I was like, you know what I'm gonna ask?
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna ask?
Hey.
It was like,
I'm
yeah, I
super
got you.
excited.
So thank you for pulling up.
Thank you
like,
for
I mean, I
coming.
don't have to say how much
Please. Love you
I
so
fuck with
much.
you.
Like down.
Jersey's
Please.
so nice. Like I like the drive here. It was so cute.
Yeah.
like, right?
And my mom is trying to make me go to some designer outlets. She's like, "Are you going to go to Woodbury or Nudeberry or something?"
What's
Oh, it's
that?
fun, no?
I was like, I told her, I was like,
City.
I told her, I was like, girl.
Lady.
Girl, that's the thing about moms, though.
I
Like,
said,
okay,
girl.
so
No, yeah, in this
Moms
area,
love it
go
more.
to the rest of the area and go and find
mind
like
you,
all
just
the
City and
items.
Jersey, very different
Very
places.
different places.
I said, girl, I'm not sure about that too, but you know what? Let me find out when I get there.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know.
I love you, Mom.
If S God no longer has any fans, it means that I have left this earth.
Even me said I
Literally.
because I'm a fan
But
of
let me
I'm a
feel
fan.
good.
No, actually, like I just feel like you're one of the most like dynamic,
Dedicated
artists
artists,
out
like literally.
right now.
And when I say dedicated, I think Feel Right was like the first song.
Oh,
Yeah,
Feel
Right. That's
Literally,
my baby.
and
Feel Right
like,
was like a.
it like literally it touched me. Like I'm gonna say
Yeah,
it
it's
touched
such
me.
a
Like
sweet
I'm so
song.
sorry. I love a versatile artist, and I feel like you just like, and I love an artist that just sounds like they listen to music.
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
like
yes. An
they
artist
live that
artist.
shit. Like I really
An
do love
artist,
that.
for
Thank
sure.
So
you. I
like shout out
appreciate
to you
that.
for like even like keeping on and like just writing this
I
wave,
feel right
man.
was kind
like,
of a gag because it's like the next single after that was completely different.
different.
And
Yeah.
completely different. every time.
every
like,
time,
When
yeah.
Dump All Your Worries came out, I was
Yeah, just like
dude,
I know.
it's
That's
so
what your worries really
hard.
like shook a lot of people in the booth. So
Yeah.
funny
That
story.
shit is on
I went to Audio
rotation.
Mart like recently, and
Yeah.
the girl in there was like, "Oh my god, you're the one with Dump All Your Worries. I love that song." I was like, "Yes,
yeah.
girl." In my head, and I was like, "Y'all know me over here, man. Thank
Period.
you."
No,
Like,
you-
yeah.
Listen,
Period.
your shit is going to places that
everywhere.
your
It's
eye
going to
has not
places,
seen.
and like as an independent artist, like really and truly, if you have the opportunity to grind, just grind. Leave all these things. I know, like you want to go out and be outside in Lagos, and you want to be in the mix. Like leave all these things.
Don't be by mix.
Not by
Your
mix,
music
so-
is so much bigger than Lagos. Like, find your way.
Facts.
Do your work in Lagos, but like dedicate your time and energy to also looking to like share your music with other people.
Yeah.
Like I started from emails, blind emailing people, DJs, blind emailing DJs, Instagramming people. Eventually you get the opportunity to leave. If you can't
Free game
leave,
on.
collaborate. Cause at the end of the day, your music will travel the world. So yeah. And don't give up on yourself. If you give up on yourself, now you
Free
now you
game
feel.
for you people
Free
now.
game,
Like
oh.
free game.
For
Let
real,
you open
like,
your
don't give up on
ear.
The
You
yourself.
amount of
done.
Siren Supreme, like, come on
Tease
now.
out. No, don't give up on
Please.
yourself.
Tins on tins,
Open
tins
your
on
eyes.
tins. Let the people know where to find you, I beg.
Oh my God, you can find me on SGaWD01. That's the number 01. I'll take it again.
And it's going to be on screen as well.
Yeah.
WD01.
Period.
Mwah. Go run the streams.
Run my streams up, boy. Run my streams up.
Don't play. I'm
Run
so
my
serious.
streams up. Run my streams up.
Literally.
I don't care if you have to keep this playing while you
in New
sleep.
York by the time this thing drops and you came to the show, comment below how I
How you felt?
How you
turn that shit
started
up.
the place, literally.
Yes, how I
Also, it's
mashed
gonna
up
be
the
a
place.
bunch of SGaWD on side 80 playlist this month.
yeah.
So
Look
if you
after
need
that.
if you need a little
like a quick
entry point,
plug, you know.
we got you. We got you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Until
Yes,
next
please.
time, guys.
We love you
this
so
has been
much.
Side 80
This has
podcast.
been amazing.
Toodaloo.
Thank you,
Toodaloo.
SGaWD, for coming.
Thank you so
Subscribe
much
to
for
the
having me.
channel. All of
Yes,
those good
guys,
things.
subscribe.
You know where to find us as well.
And
Right.
share.
Yeah.
Right,
Make sure
share
you
with your
share.
friends,
Don't be
'cause who's
stingy.
doing it
Don't
like
share.
us?
Stingy people don't go to heaven.
Don't be stingy.
Right,
Share.
right.
Please.
Bye, guys. Mwah.
Period.